Hello, Radiant Woman. It's Amy, and I've just done my daily I am gaze tap sweep ritual. And now I'm going to demonstrate my super easy 5-minute, four-step makeup routine. Um, It'll take me a little bit longer to kind of give you a backstory, but first and foremost, I was a pretty high level makeup artist for years. I was actually featured in Martha Stewart's Weddings magazine for my makeup artistry right before I left the makeup industry to fully delve into skincare and beauty magic. So I do have a really, a pretty solid foundation of makeup and all of the rest. So this could only be the beginning. If you are interested in more makeup tips, let me know in the community, the Beauty Magic Club community here on the website, and I'll take your suggestions and we can go from here. But this is pretty much my philosophy about makeup and what works for me. Now, before I demonstrate what I use and how I use it, I first want to say that I do not wear makeup every day. A lot of times I'm just rolling like this. And in fact, my glasses, which for any woman who is getting to the age where glasses are necessary or you've always worn glasses, I think glasses can be such an important, almost like a makeup, right? Because if you have the right glasses shape, you feel really comfortable and you feel like they add something to your face. And these glasses really do that for me. I just feel really pretty in them. I feel like they fit my face shape really nicely. And I'll even do a Zoom call with just a bare face and my glasses. Or if I'm not going to do videos or I'm not going to be out and about, I generally will not wear makeup. That also brings me to something that we need to talk about, and that is my sunscreen philosophy, which is related to the way I do my makeup. Now, I practice a safe sun and internal sunscreen philosophy, which we cannot cover completely in this video, but you can definitely give me feedback if you want to learn more. And I will be having more information about it. But in general, if I'm not going to wear makeup, I'm also not going to wear sunscreen. Now, if I was living in, say, Mexico or Hawaii, which I have lived in both of those places, and I was going to be outside with a full sun on my face, would I decide to wear some sun protective product on my face? Most likely, yes, I would. I would also be using a scarf. I would also be having a hat, and I would also not be outside during the peak sun hours. So it's really about that's sort of the safe sun philosophy. And internally, I am taking a supplement called astaxanthin, 12 milligrams of astaxanthin. I take that every single day, and that is an algae that works on the surface of the ocean to neutralize UV in the ocean, and it does the same thing internally. It also gives like this nice little kind of sun-kissed glow to the skin. It kind of gives me like a tan look. So I was able to give you just a kind of an overview of the way that I approach the sun, but you can see that my skin, for being 55 years old, I don't have sun damage. I do have some hyperpigmentation right here that is on my driving side. My mom and my sister have this as well. And I have no problem with it. I'm not trying to get rid of it. I'm not trying to bleach it, nothing like that. And in fact, if anything, I kind of like having it because if it gets bigger or if it gets darker, then I know that my body is getting too much UV. And it's kind of interesting. I almost treat it like an oven, like an oven timer. So if it gets bigger or brighter, then that's telling me something, right? Because our skin is messages. Having said all that, I do wear one mineral makeup. I've used this for close to 15 years. It is very non-sexy. You don't see it out in the magazines. You probably never heard of it. It is called a Luminari, And this webcam, it's got like a portrait mode on it, so it doesn't focus. But this is linked in my Amazon Ritual Goods store here in the Radiant Woman's Ritual Reset. So you can buy it off the Amazon, or you can buy it directly off the Illuminari site. This has an SPF of 20, a physical SPF. So when we talk about sunscreens, chemical sunscreens work by neutralizing the effects of the UV via a chemical reaction that is activated by heat. And minerals, zinc and titanium dioxides, they work by acting like a million tiny little mirrors, reflecting the sun back off your face. Again, we could do many more videos and education on that, but I'll show you right here how to use this to completely cover your face in like a shield if you are going to use it for sunscreen. So one of the most important things about this makeup is that it's self-adjusting. And usually the color fair or porcelain works for most skin tones. Sometimes I have a combination of both. So I'm going to apply it like this, and I'm not rubbing it in because if I want the sun shield effect, it's really important that I pat it and press it in. Keeping in mind that I do not let sun get directly on my neck and chest anymore. I did back in the day, which is why I do have some sun damage on my chest, but in my world, I really don't fear the sun. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just patting and pressing it in, warming it up with my own hands. Immediately as I start touching my face, I go into my energetic facilitation and I get really into it. So, all right, so we're just going to give a minute for it to absorb in, and you won't even be able to see it. Look at that. So that is now a whole shield of minerals all the way down here. And it just lifted my face. It just smoothed everything out. And I love it. So that's why I'll never, ever, ever stop using it. And so a couple of other products that I really love are from a brand called Thrive Cosmetics. And I will link to them below in the course here. And what I'm going to do is just use a little bit of blush. Now this brush already has a little bit of blush on it, and I see that I actually did not bring the actual blush up here, but it's in a compact. And I'm just going to put a little blush on. I might also use a little bronzer, but not today. So I'm just going to blush up, and you can see there's just a nice little rosy glow. I also love from Thrive Cosmetics their their brow. It's like a gel with a little bit of fibers, just a quick little. This is the blonde. And this just sort of sets the brows and gives them a little bit more oomph. Done. And then I'm going to move on to the mascara, which it's got a fiber in it. And I'm not going to demonstrate it to you right now because that would be too boring, but that's the last step. I use their fiber mascara. I'm going to put a little mascara on, and that is going to be my daily 5-minute face. I can build on that. I could put some eyeliner on if I really want to bring the glamour, but for all intents and purposes, that's it. Okay, I hope this helps. Send any questions or comments over to the Beauty Magic Club community. I will make a little special area to talk all about makeup. All right, thanks.